Okay, for starters, yes, I shaved my head. Um, but anyway, that's neither here nor there. Let's get on with this presentation. A lot of people think Ronald Reagan, for some reason, was the Iron Man of the Republican Party and all this blah 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 blah. And in truth, it was, if anybody was the Iron Man of the Republican Party, it was Abraham Lincoln. Let me explain why. Okay, let's look at Ronald Reagan first. He built up the military like all. We all know that. And anyway, he really wasn't that warmongering because, yeah, he bombed Libya after Gaddafi blew up an airline over Scotland. And invaded Grenada, a little tiny country in the Atlantic, an island, a little tiny island, and that was about all he did. He never set foot on Libya, and he never took down Gaddafi, who blew up a plane full of people that killed 189 Americans, if I remember correctly. Not only that, he pulled out of Lebanon after the Marine barracks got bombed, and there were like 260 plus Marines killed there, and the embassies were bombed and all that stuff. He had ample excuse to use the military to inflict a military response, but he never did. Well, he very rarely did. As I said before, he bombed Libya and invaded Grenada, and that was about it. Well, let's look at Abraham Lincoln's record, shall we? In one term, he killed more Indians than Andrew Jackson. I mean, look at the Homestead Act, look at Manifest Destiny. There was the hanging where he hanged 38 Indians, and that was the largest mass execution in U.S. history. And not only that, Fort Sumter was bombed, and I think like one person was killed when a cannon malfunctioned. But it's like Abraham Lincoln, he crushed the South completely. He had it burned down. He destroyed the South completely, and it's like hundreds of thousands of lives were lost in this Civil War. It was the deadliest conflict up until World War I. He led this country through the deadliest conflict in its history or any other at the time. And I mean, think about that. He didn't waver. He didn't flinch. He just kept going and going and going, despite the Union was taking horrible losses at the hands of the Confederates. And he destroyed the South completely. He destroyed the economy entirely. And he also wanted to deport all the black people back to Africa. The only thing that stopped that was his assassination. I mean, think about that. He launched a genocide. He basically oversaw, well, not basically, he did oversee the most destructive war in history at that time. And he wanted to ethnically cleanse America. That's pretty hardcore. I mean, if anyone was the hard ass of the Republican Party, the Iron Man, the Man of Steel, the whatever, it was Abraham Lincoln, not Ronald Reagan. And, I mean, think about all that. I mean, Abraham Lincoln was a genius. I mean, you could compare him to Caesar with the way he basically let the Confederacy, for the most part, off the hook. The Confederate administration, the military commanders, and the political leaders, he just let most of them, at least, off the hook, almost completely. And that was an ingenious move, because he knew that he would need these people to help rebuild the South and create, a more solid social fabric. See, before the Civil War, they used to say the United States are, because it was thought of as something more like the European Union, a collection of independent states. And nowadays, and since then, we've all said the United States is. So he changed America, and he killed a lot of people. He expanded America, and he killed a lot of people doing it. And that's a badass mofo. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed my video. Like, comment, share, and subscribe.